Hi Capricorn and Capricorn Rising, here is your horoscope for March 2025. I'm astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, buckle up because it is eclipse season again, and we have two powerful eclipses coming in. But that's not even really the big news this month. We also have Venus and Mercury both going retrograde in your fourth house. That's pretty important because that's going to bring you back to the past and reviewing things that happened in your childhood. And there could be, people from your childhood that resurface. And you may be dealing with a lot of emotion and family dynamics this month because of those two retrogrades. But also, we also have, for the first time in like 100 years or so, Neptune is going to enter that fourth house as well. It'll go into Aries at the end of the month. So we have some really powerful energy this month. It's really a push and pull. And it can be confusing. I'll be honest with you. It is just a very tricky month ahead. So anyway, this reading is for anyone who has a rising sign in Capricorn or a sun sign in Capricorn. This is a very general overview of the astrology for the month. Your birth chart and your birth date will be completely different depending on the alignments and where everything is. So again, I have to be very general. But we start off the month with all these planets in Pisces, as you can see here, including the sun moving through Pisces and your third house of communication and ideas. So this is a very creative month for many of you, and your minds are really racing and, wanting to express itself, maybe take some short trips, probably towards water. But as you can see here, Neptune and the North Node are also conjunct. So this is sort of giving you a direction of which way to go. So this is going to be lots of socializing this month, lots of ideas, maybe some writing, some short-term travel, which I highly encourage here. And again, being near the natural world, preferably water, because this is all Pisces energy, which symbolically is represented by water. So this could be the general theme here. But notice most of these planets this month are going to be down here, which means your thinking, your home life, your friends, your neighbors, and the fourth house is family, your feelings, foundation, anything to do with real estate matters, including remodeling or doing things on the inside of your home or outside of your home, depending on, your current situation. So we're seeing that being the primary focus of the energy. Now, Mars is moving forward in Cancer, so it's the seventh house, which again signifies partnerships, relationship matters are on the table this month. So let's get started because the very first day of the month, Venus slows down to go retrograde. Now, Venus represents partnerships, relationships, money matters, open enemies, contracts, agreements, the legal issues. Venus is under this, falls under that symbolism. Now, when it goes retrograde, which it's going to do right here, as you can see here, it is in stationary position. It's in the fourth house. So it's going to bring back things from the past, relationships from the past, situations from the past, conversations from the past involving other people or financial matters or anything to do with business. And it's the fourth house, so it's the foundation in general. So this could be anything from, let's say, a retail location to your home life to real estate matters, whatever it is. The other thing it can reference is family dynamics. The fourth house represents family. And so this could be some family issues that resurface this month. Like, you talked about this a year ago and now it's coming back up again. Or relationship issues with people that you used to know or you grew up with or you've had affiliations with. So it's a doorway to the past. Look at it that way. And we tend to go within and become very nostalgic when Venus is in retrograde. Now, Venus will be retrograde all the way until April the 12th. So we have this big window of about 6 weeks or so where Venus is in this backward motion. It'll also backtrack into Pisces at the end of the month, which again will be very nostalgic and memorable. So this is the beginning of a very confusing time for many people. Everyone's going to be feeling this. It just depends on where it falls in their chart. But for you guys who are Capricorn rising or Capricorn sun, it's the fourth house of home, feeling, and foundation. So it may have you questioning your security as well, because the fourth house is about security. Now, Mercury enters Aries. Now, this is like putting fuel on a fire, because Mercury in Aries amps everything up. And so for the next, let's say, 10 days or so, Mercury will be moving forward through Aries, igniting more passion, desire, important conversations, maybe a little emotional disruption, possibly from family members, friends, or neighbors. So keep an eye out for that as well. But it's very sharp, very quick, and it's impulsive energy. So this could be a very dynamic push forward with Mercury going through Aries. So here is one of the big eclipses this month. This is a total lunar eclipse, which means the sun will completely block out, the light going to the moon. Actually, the Earth will be doing that. But here it is at 23 degrees of Virgo in the 9th house. And lunar eclipses bring things to light, and it has a lot to do with coming to realizations, endings, completions. And it's in the sign of Virgo, which is another earth sign, but this one's oriented towards health, well-being, perfectionism, and it's going to be in the 9th to the 3rd. So this has a lot to do with communication and understanding of the meaning of your life, what you believe in, such as religious beliefs, political ideology, the meaning of life, your purpose. This is all going to be something that you're going to question a lot of with this total lunar eclipse. This is the Great Awakening, and a lot of us understand who we really are, which is we are spiritual beings having these human experiences, and that's the truth. That's the universal truth that you have to come to, and everything else is learned behavior, whether it's religious beliefs that have been indoctrinated into us at an early age, or an association with an organization or group, or whatever it is. This has all been artificially created from generation to generation, and we're coming to understand that, especially the politics. Everything is being exposed, and, as what it is. It's basically criminals running the show. These are puppet politicians that are running the show for oligarchies. So anyway, this is part of that is going to be this eclipse. And so if there's any bad habits or eating habits or exercise or, wanting to change your physical appearance, this is a great total lunar eclipse to change that, because it's in the sign of Virgo, which has to do with health and well-being. So there's a lot on your plate here, and it might involve somebody else's health too. Maybe you have a sick pet or a child or grandchild or something like that. Again, I'm just tossing that out there as a possibility. I'm not saying that's actually going to happen, but that's what it could represent. So keep that in mind. Now, Mercury goes retrograde on the 15th. Now you have Mercury in Aries going retrograde, joining Venus in Aries in retrograde, and these two will be together for the next couple of weeks, causing a lot of disruption, confusion, slowing things down. It's in the 4th house, so it may have something to do with family dynamics, children, neighbors, real estate matters, anything to do with your foundation in general will be under this umbrella. And you'll be revisiting the past. The 4th house also represents the childhood where you grew up in. So maybe you're very nostalgic and you're going back in time or something along those lines as well. So again, watch for the confusion. That's all I could say, friends. The Aries energy wants to move forward, but when it's in retrograde, we tend to go within ourselves and question everything, and which causes hesitation. So this is the kind of stuff, the kind of energy we have this month. Now, Aries, speaking of Aries energy, the sun will blast into Aries as well. Now, this is, again, like pouring fuel on a fire. Aries sun, the first sign of the zodiac, wants to do it, wants to go, it wants to experience. It's impulsive. It does not like, sitting still. And so we have this energy coming into this 4th house saying, I've got to get out of here. I've got to do something. I've got to move forward. And you may be feeling more emotional. You may be wanting to take a trip or travel or explore. And again, it may be something from the past because of these retrogrades here in the 4th house. So be very mindful of what you're doing, because this could be very strong, impulsive energy where you experience something you really don't want to experience. But this is very aggressive energy, and there's where the push and pull comes in now with all of this energy coming in from Aries. Venus retrogrades back into Pisces on the 27th and 28th. Look right here, Neptune and Venus are conjunct, which means that issues around money or relationships are the theme, and there's lots of conversation here. And because it's in retrograde, something from the past resurfaces. So this may be a very important conversation with a lover, with a friend, with a partner, a business partner, with a family member. This seems to be the theme here. Again, I would not make any life-changing decisions at this time because of the retrograde. Now, we also have the new moon solar eclipse in Aries on the 29th. It'll be right here. It'll be 9 degrees of Aries. So depending on where that is in your birth chart, that's the area you want to focus on. Once again, it is showing the 4th house, which means either a new home, new location, remodeling. Something new is going to be coming in for many of you. It may have to do with a remodel. It may have to do with land. It may have to do with actually moving out of the state, country, or town you're in. And that door will stay open for the next 6 months to a year. That's how long eclipses can take to manifest. So as you can see here, this one here and then the 9th one up here, these are very much pivotal eclipses where it's going to be propelling you and pushing you forward into a new direction. Now, Mercury goes retrograde in Pisces as well, late on the 29th into the 30th, also running into this three-way conjunction with Venus. This is very confusing energy. Again, I would not make any major life-changing decisions at this point. It's about reviewing, revising, and revisiting the past. And so this is going to be monumental for many of you, okay, as you deal with this confusing energy. There's a part of you that wants to go, do, but then this retrograde stuff and the Neptune nebulous thinking can be very confusing. And then last but not least, the cherry on the cake this month is Neptune enters Aries for the first time in like 100-something years, and it enters your 4th house as well. So this to me is indicating once again something changing about your current situation, your home life, your family dynamics, and this will be going through here for the next 14 to 15 years, but it will retrograde this fall back into Pisces for the last time and re-enter the 4th house in 2026 for good, and will start to activate all this energy. So between the solar eclipse and this Neptune entering the 4th house, many of you are going to be moving, changing, home foundation issues, real estate matters, all kinds of emotional dynamics are going to start taking place with this 4th house. How you deal with it is up to you, whether you think it's exciting or if it's something that you really don't want to deal with. But again, this is what I'm seeing here. All right. So here's the general overview for the month ahead. I also do an extended version, as you can see here in my Inner Circle community. I left the link down below. I do weekly astrology there. I do the extended versions of this horoscope. I teach astrology there, and every Sunday we're on a Zoom call, and members get to ask me questions. They send me their charts. I look them over. If they have a question or two, I will address it for them, and we go over current events. We talk a lot about everything there. I call it the Truth Seeker community because we go really deep down the rabbit hole. So consider joining. It's a free 7-day trial. You can check it out. And then, if you like it, you stick around. Anyway, have a great month, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.